Notion is easy actually, because once you understand the third dimension of Notion, Notion starts feeling like a live working system. Hi, I'm Gus, the Notion expert here, and this is the third of 5 dimensions of Notion templates. Let's review. The first dimension is Notion as digital paper, just a flat screen. The second dimension is Notion as notebook, databases that contain your digital paper. And now we go to the third dimension, Notion as an app. The first and second dimension both give us a mental framework of what Notion is about, pages contained in databases. But now in the third dimension, it's time to make Notion functional. Think about any app you've ever used. They have the front end, what the user sees, and the back end, the things that make the front end. On Notion, if you click on the settings in the database, you'll see two groups, view settings and data source settings. There are others here too, but they're not important here. The backend is the data source settings, while the front end is the view settings. Let's start with the backend, the data source settings. These are a lot, but the most important one is the edit properties. You can ignore the rest if you're just learning Notion. For beginners, you only look at the others if you want something done that properties can. And so we focus on the properties we'll use. There are several Notion properties: name, text, number, select, multi-select, status, date, person, files and media, checkbox, URL, email, phone, formula, relation, rollup, created time, created by, last edited time, last edited by, button, places, ID, verification. The deep dive for these properties will be in another video. So which properties will we actually use? That depends on the app we're copying. Why do we copy? Anyone who's just learning something, artists with an art reference, musicians with a music sheet, gym bros looking for proper form videos, all use a reference. Notion beginners should use apps as reference. If, for example, we're building a simple task system, then we look at Google Tasks as reference. Look at what you're shown. We have the task title, a status indicator, which is a checkbox, the task due date, and some details. So in Notion, we'll use the name, a status property, a date property we name as due, and a text property we name as details. We have a lot of types of properties, but we'll just use these 4 and ignore the rest. Now the front end. We have some here, but the only ones we'll care about are the layout that we discussed in the second dimension video and the filter and sort. Ignore the rest. We build on Notion what we see on our reference app. In our task system, let's look at Google Tasks. The same way that if we press the done checkbox is done and the task disappears, we set the filter on Notion on one view wherein the status must not be complete. Then as you can see, we make some sample tasks here, and if we set their status as done, they disappear. In Google Tasks, our task can be sorted with the task with the nearest due date at the top, so we do the same by setting the sort to our due date as ascending. This way, the more upcoming tasks are at the top. But what if we want to revisit those already done tasks like this done section of Google Tasks? Then we can make another view, duplicate the view. We rename the original view as not done and the new view as done. And then we change the filter of our new done view to show only the tasks that are done already. And as we can see, we just built our very own task system, Google Tasks, but in Notion. And that's it for the third dimension, Notion as app, a functional system built with the backend and frontend, both built using properties.